It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. A short kick taken at the 18. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Ray McLeod deep for Pittsburgh. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
And what a career we've seen from Ben Roethlisberger. Awfully consistent, tough, durable, strong in the pocket, great leader, a guy who stands in and throws it downfield, and has also added to his game the ability to get the ball out of his hands quickly and let his guys do work downfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. From the 31, Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. McLeod to return it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Fights through him. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A They'll run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Roethlisberger will throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Back to Mixon on second down. Oh, he bowls over him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
First chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Jet sweep. Boyd with it. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense there craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Burrow looking to pass. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from outside the red zone now after the sack, a long 3rd and goal. Now Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
A 33-yarder from the left hash.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will knot things up here late in the first half. that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this out to the 25.
Get ready. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And it's 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool.
As the first half is winding down, and the Steelers have taken the lead.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
2nd and 5.
Now Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Again, it's Roethlisberger.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Eight yards to go on second down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Burrow. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This is Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And the Steelers first down.
First down, and they go back to Harris. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Here's Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Boswell's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now a throw here to his running back. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run for it with Mixon. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On 1st down, it's Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run again with Harris. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Let's go, let's go. Black 20.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do.
11, 11, 11, mighty, 11, mighty, 11, 11, 11, 11.
From midfield now, Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left, for a big play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. That'll set them back 5.
Let's go, baby.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 81 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's Harris, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Burrow will throw.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now Burrow on first down.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And this one is incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The Burrow's throw pulled in by Tate. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, we got to keep scoring.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.